Consolation when I pray, I get great consolation when I pray. I just fall down on my bended knee. When I don't have nobody to talk to, I can call on the Lord. It has been confirmed to me. It has taken me a while for me to understand. Turn with me to 2 Chronicles, chapter 20. 2 Chronicles, chapter 20. Not Corinthians, 2 Chronicles, chapter 20, verses 14 through 17. This is the constellation that I have gotten from the Lord. I've been going about this thing the wrong way. Second Chronicles, chapter 20, verses 14 through 17 from the King James Version of the Bible. Then upon Jehaziel, the son of Zachariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jaeda, the son of Mathathiah, a Levite, of the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Lord in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus saith the Lord unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed, by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God. Tomorrow, go ye down against them. Behold, they come up the cliff of light, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook, before the wilderness of Jeru. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, be not dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, and the Lord will be with you. I learned, and I'm going to apply it till the day that I die. The battle is not mine. It belongs to the Lord. I have been going about it the wrong way, because I thought, because of my military background and all of my leadership training, that I could do it on my own. But y'all have proven to me that the battle is not mine. It belongs to the Lord. And it's a sad thing when God has to fight the battle for you, because it's not a pretty sight. Or you can talk about him if you want. He told me, he said, preach the word. Be instant in season and out of season. When they want to hear it, when they don't want to hear it, preach the word. You tell them what thus said the Lord. If they don't follow what you say, I'll turn them over to a reprobated mind. That's a sad thing. So as of today, I won't fight you no more. I'm just going to preach what thus said the Lord. Whenever we face a severe crisis in life, we need either a way to escape the crisis of the inner strength and the knowledge to conquer the crisis. But many times we have no means of escape, no clue how to deal with the emergency predicament that we're in. It's more than ever that we need the help of someone who has the power and the resources to deliver us from these crises. The crisis may be due to an accident, illness, death, criminal act, war, a work-related matter, or some failure on our part. We are living in some tedious times. The other day, young man go into an apartment and get shot 5 times. I tried to run from this type of activity. I was living in California. I tried to run from Los Angeles back to Vicksburg to get away from this type of evil. But it looked like I ran into it head on. I tried to get away from church folk that didn't support God's programs, who didn't support the church. I thought I had gotten away from that. I thought I had came into an area where there was much love, where folk looked out for one another. That's the type, when I was a child, when I was growing up, that's the type of life that I was used to. In communities, folk looked out for one another. on Sunday, the churches would be packed. Mama drove pretty good, but she drove a little bit too slow for me. Because I wanted to get to church early enough to hear those deacons pray. Because when the deacons finished their devotion, the only thing the preacher had to do was get up and squall a couple of times. It was all over with. But to my surprise, when I came back home, I missed all of that. But no matter what crisis we may face, I have some wonderful news for you. There is someone who has the power and the resources to deliver us. Someone who can make a way of escape. That someone is God Himself. This can be seen in the story of our present scripture. Unexpectedly and shockingly, the king of Judah by the name of King Jehoshaphat faces the distinct possibility that it would be utterly destroy a nation, that his nation would be utterly destroyed and taken over by foreigners. Only one hope for escape and deliverance existed, and that hope was in the Lord and His mighty power. If Jehoshaphat and the people who was willing to, notice what this just said now, if Jehoshaphat and the people were willing to seek the Lord through prayer and fasting, we don't do that anymore, seek Him wholeheartedly, the Lord would have mercy upon them and deliver them. If you read, you'll see in this story that God had blessed King Jehoshaphat tremendously. And when we are blessed beyond measures, the first thing that we do, we have a tendency to put God out of the picture and go to the mirror, and you go to the mirror and you stand in the mirror and you look at yourself and you put one of the big old Cracker Jack smiles on your face and say, look what I have done. That's what's wrong with the world today. Instead of putting God or leaving God where He is or where He should be, we take Him and put Him to the side. Don't even consult Him until we need Him. I was so proud of that man yesterday for he stood there. You know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going. Are y'all gonna help me? He stood there as one of the funeral home mortuary attendants and myself took his great grandbaby out of the mortuary and walked to the back of my white Navigator and put his great grandbaby in the back of the Navigator and let the door down. And he's sitting right up there beside me with a smile on his face. And then when we convoy out to the cemetery, and he's standing there, and if I do believe, had I asked him, help me take the casket out of the back of the truck, that he would have had that same smile on his face, helping me to take his great grandbaby to her final resting place. But that just lets me know that in him, the handsome Jesus. The battle that he's faced with that big old smile on his face, and I asked him on several occasions, man, you all right? I said, I'm fine. But then, after looking at this great gathering, faces frown, folks mad with one another, and he's standing right next to me, and he just looked at folks cussing one another out, wanting to fight, and he still had that smile on his face. Well, let me believe and let me know, and I didn't ask him, but I believe he was saying, ain't nothing I can do. She go. But there was some things that he shared with me, and he put a lot of ifs. He put a lot of ifs. Pastor, if this hadn't happened, if she had done this, if she had done this, if. And all I could say was, yes, Lord. If. And then finally he said, if they had let me raise that baby, y'all ain't with me. Baby would have still been here. So what he was telling me, Pastor, what my family is faced with, the battle is not mine. It belongs to the Lord. And this is what Jehoshaphat is faced with. When King Jehoshaphat stayed focused on the Lord like his daddy Asa did, he kept his eyes focused on the Lord. And as long as his eyes was focused on the Lord, the nation of Judah prospered. Now, the southern kingdom was Judah. The northern kingdom was Israel. The king in northern Israel was named Ahab. Y'all do know Ahab now. And he had a wife by the name of, say it loud. He had a wife by the name of Jezebel. And see, when you all today don't like a woman, the first thing you call her is a Jezebel. She ain't got no old Jezebel. The preacher average. That's who he was. And let me tell you something. Jezebel wasn't no joke. You think she was? Actually lied. Because she told Elijah, she told Ahab, she said, what? She said, what you sitting up here crying for? Talk to the king. What you sitting up here crying for? It's a piece of property down there I want it, and they won't give it to me. You want it? Yeah, baby, I want it. Don't worry about it. You got it. That evening, them folks that owned that property were dead. And the property was now belonging to King Ahab. Ahab was vicious. Ahab was nothing pretty in the eyesight of the Lord. Ahab worshiped idols. Had the northern kingdom of Israel worshiping idols. And God done said what? Have no other God before me. Had statues and sex goddess and all that stuff set up. And this is what he had his people worship. God wasn't pleased with that. But King Jehoshaphat followed in his father's footsteps and kept his eye on God. And I stopped by today to tell you, as long as you keep your eye on God, on his son Jesus, you won't fail. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to have some hardships in your life. You're going to have some hard times. There's going to be some dark days in your life. But if you read the Bible, it would say he had told us he would never leave us, nor will he forsake us. But let me ask you a question. How then can you be a testimony? How can you be a testimony as to how good God is if you haven't tried him? Is there any help? I got any help up in here? If you've never been sick, how then can you say that you know that he's a doctor that have never lost skin if you've never been saved? Y'all with me? How can you say he will feed you if you've never been hungry? How can you say he put clothes on your back if you've never been naked? Oh, y'all don't want to talk about church. Talking about this God. Jehoshaphat, he blessed Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat had everything that he wanted. But Jehoshaphat made a mistake. He made a mistake. He gonna take and try to unite Israel. He gonna try to unite the southern kingdom with the northern kingdom. You ever seen gas and water mix or oil and water mix? Don't work, do it. Oh, you can mix it, but it ain't no good for nothing. So the southern kingdom where Jehoshaphat was, he gonna try to hook it up with what? The northern kingdom. And I'm gonna show you how slick he thought he was. He gonna let his son, he gonna allow his son to go up to the northern kingdom and marry Jezebel's daughter. What y'all say, the fruit don't fall what? Come on, talk to me. Well, if that's her daughter, then she has some of her mama mannerism. Preach, Harris. But he allowed his son to marry her. And once they got married, you know that she was going to have an influence. I'll sit there and hold your head down if you want to, but you hear exactly what I'm saying. If you don't know how to cook, you better learn how. If you don't know how to clean a house, you better learn. Yeah. But then what happened was, by marrying into that family, just as I'm standing here, that woman had an influence on Jehoshaphat's son. Because he came back and was talking to his daddy, and before you know it, Jehoshaphat and Ahab had formed an alliance. Water and oil. One who loved the Lord, one who don't love the Lord, and a problem existed. Let me show you what happened. But Jehoshaphat never took his eye off of the Lord. They were saying that they were getting ready to go to conquer some little town. And the question was asked if Jehoshaphat would help Ahab to conquer these towns. Jehoshaphat told him, said, tell you what, said, before we go into combat, let us consult God. Are y'all with me? Before you make any major decision, you need to talk with the Lord. Y'all want to talk back to me? And what happened, Jehoshaphat said to Ahab, we need to consider and talk to the Lord. Watch the oil. The oil says, I got some prophets here. We're going to call these prophets, called 400 false prophets. You need to be careful when you're talking to folks. You need to be careful of the advice that other folks give you. Because, see, everybody don't want to see you with a smile on your face. Everybody don't want to see you happy. You need to know who you're consulting when you're talking to folks. Are y'all want to talk back to me? Well, when Ahab said, I tell you what, he said, I got 400 prophets. And they went and got the 400 prophets, and the first thing they did, if they false prophets belonging to Ahab, who are they going to agree with? You can talk back to me. We in this situation today. Right today in the United States, we are faced with this same situation. And watch this. And then if you don't agree with King Ahab, he gonna fire you. And he don't have a problem firing you. Y'all caught up with me yet? Okay, I just want to know if we were still on the same sheet. But those 400 prophets told him and said, I tell you what, he said, yeah, go ahead on you can conquer this land. Remo Gilead, that was the name of the territory. You can conquer. But then Jehoshaphat, knowing that he said, I tell you what, now you done consulted 4 prophets, and they done told you, yeah, I got one I'm going to call.
Yeah, all right.
Y'all with me? He said, let me call on mine. And he summons God. God didn't come himself, but he sent a young man by the name of Micah. It's a difficult name, but I'm going to just call him Micah. He was a prophet, a man of God. And then when Micah came and he told Jehoshaphat, Ahab, say, no, say, I don't want you to call him, because he have never gave me no good news. Everything he ever said pertained. Do this sound familiar today? If everything he ever said to me is still it would be to help me, it what? It's to harm me. So when they called him and he came and they asked him, say, should we go and fight against these countries? And Micah said, yes, but he was being sarcastic. And then he turned around and said, no, don't do it. Because God is not going to bless you for doing it. If somebody had called on the Lord before they went into what they're doing right now, we wouldn't be faced with the problem. But see, these things happen when we take our eyes off of the Lord. Are y'all going to help me? That poor man, his pastor, the only thing his pastor was doing was talking the truth, and they wanted to crucify him. Are y'all with me? But I haven't heard one word in the 2.5 years that they've been there, but nothing about they done went to their pastor to get advice as to how, I ain't going to tell you about this. But Ahab was hateful and mean, but Jehoshaphat, when he summoned them, he said, don't do it. And then that's when trouble started. In other words, when the 2 kings couldn't get along, that's when trouble started. Show you how slick Ahab was. When they went to battle, they went anyway. Now God done said what? Don't go. But because of what? Influence. They gonna go anyway. But I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. Jehoshaphat, Ahab dressed as a soldier. Told Ahab, say, but I want you to dress in your royal garment. Brother Valley, you do remember me telling you on time and time again, back in biblical days, when the king went to battle, he had to go to the battlefield. Y'all remember me telling you that? He had to go and take his position. Well, when they went, they dressed in their royal clothes. But on this fight, Ahab, he dressed like a soldier. But he told Jehoshaphat, but you put on your royal garment. And when they went to the battlefield, everybody started concentrating on Jehoshaphat. But the God that I serve, y'all know with me? The God that I serve, let them know, the warriors know, wait a minute, that ain't who you looking at. That's King Jehoshaphat. Ahab is dressed another way, but God had a way. And the arrow found its way to Ahab. Eventually, he died. But because Jehoshaphat had took his eyes off of the Lord, God said, he had to punish him. He had to punish him. Prayer does what? Prayer changes things. We get ready to go. The 3 nations was Moab, Ammon, and Midianites. Utterly alarmed and stricken with fear, Jehoshaphat did the only thing he could do. He proclaimed a national day of fasting. Well, Harris, what had happened here? These same 3 nations had mobilized together and formed a gigantic army. And they were coming to fight against Jehoshaphat and the southern kingdom of Judah. Judah was by themselves. Everybody laughs in your face don't mean you're no good. Everybody pat you on your back ain't your friend. Every goodbye ain't going. All of a sudden now, Jehoshaphat got to stand by himself. But as I read the story, one thing I found now, in spite of all of this, he did not take his eyes off of the Lord. Oh, y'all can talk back to me. We're going to see exactly what happened. When Jehoshaphat heard that there was a great army that had been assembled coming out of the Lord, he got a little word. And when he got word, he thought that his thing was, the Lord has given us what? The promised land. And they gonna come in here and take over the promised land. But God had promised to Abraham what? And his children the promised land. Are y'all gonna talk back to me? Yeah. But then he got a little word. And let's look at what it says. It says, and he prayed unto the Lord. And one thing that I like also, that the Lord heard his prayer. Are you going to talk back to me? Then they say there came a large army, a multitude coming to fight you from the sea on the side of Syria. Behold, that it be Hazazon Tamar, which is in Geda, name of them town. Abraham feared and set out to seek the Lord. What did he do, Harris? The first thing he did, not like us today, back in biblical days when trouble was facing the people, they went into prayer and fasted. We have so many excuses today for not fasting. Can we fast? No, because I got to take all of this medicine, and soon as I can't take it on an empty stomach. I got to eat at 9 o'clock. So I can take this pill. Then I got to go at 4 o'clock. But we come up with all kinds of excuses for not fasting. Or y'all don't, no, you ain't going to talk back to me. So I'm not going to even ask you. But if we were to put out our faith, our trust in the Lord, pray to him and say, as we go through this fast, take care of me. Because see, when prayer and fasting work hand in hand to the Lord. First of all, prayer is what? A conversation to the Lord. Fasting is denying your body what is needed, and God sees your fast, sees what you're denying yourself, and he what? Will answer. Y'all don't want to talk to me? He will answer your prayer. And it says that when they told Jehoshaphat what was happening, Jehoshaphat got a little scared. And when they told him, say, there is a large army coming up out of the north, and they are coming down, and they're going to capture you and your people. But I like what God did. The Lord, that they sent a messenger to Abraham, to Jehoshaphat, and told Jehoshaphat to say, I know what you're faced with. That's the reason why I made up my mind that I've been struggling here for a long time. And I've been trying to get some things accomplished here for a long time. Folks have heard what I have had, the vision that I've had. And instead of helping me with the vision, they sit back and don't do nothing. But I stopped by today to tell you, all that is over with. If you're going to help me, if you see a need and you don't take care or get with a group of folks to help take care of the need, it's going to remain the same way that it was. Because I found out that there are folks that will sit back and wait on somebody else to do something out, it wasn't done right. Can I get a witness? But I learned from this story what God was saying. The battle is not yours, Harry. The battle belongs to me. Should I get a witness? I read where Jehoshaphat had really got scared. But when he got scared, Jehoshaphat had one key word. He had one secret coin in his pocket. Can I get a witness? He had one way to escape what he was faced with. He had one trick up his sleeves, and that trick was to call. Y'all, come on here. That trick was to call on the name of the Lord. God will answer your prayer if you're sincere and got a made-up mind and you're willing to stand the test. God will fight the battle for you. I read where a spokesman went up to King Jehoshaphat and told him, the Lord, help me say the Lord, heard your prayer, and he won't never leave you, and he won't forsake you. I stopped by today to tell you, whatever you're faced with in your life, turn it over, turn it over, turn it over to the Lord, and watch him fight your battle for you. I read where the spokesperson from the Lord told Jehoshaphat, the Lord have heard your prayer. The Lord know that you're scared, but all you have to do is leave and depend on him. Can I get a witness? I heard that the spokesman told Jehoshaphat, this is what the Lord says. Can I get a witness? He says, don't be afraid and don't be dismayed for that great multitude that's coming down from the north. All you have to do is put your trust in the Lord. The battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. But there is something that you have to do. You and your soldiers go out to the battlefield. Go out to the battlefield. Take your place on the battlefield. But this day, you don't have to worry about fighting. I like to say that Jehoshaphat went on to the battlefield, heard what the Lord said. You don't have to fight this fight. Take your hands, put them in your pocket, take one of them pimp steps. You know how y'all lean, and lean back and watch the Lord fight your battle for you. If you trust in the Lord will, y'all want to cut me, the Lord will fight your battle for you. I don't care what you're faced with, but you trust in the Lord, but you got to step out on his word. Can I get a witness? Bible says they went on out to the battlefield, but God, can you say, but God, got in the mix, and those three nations that were going up against God, folks, God put a spirit in them, and instead of them wanting to fight the nation of Judah, they turned around, got mad with each other, and started fighting one another. The Lord, help me say the Lord, He is God, and besides Him, there is no other. When they got to the battlefield, and they looked, and all they could see was body scattered. and went back to their homeland. I dare you to trust in the one who died last Friday. The one who died last Friday. Put your trust in the one who died last Friday. The one who went in the ground Friday night. Put your trust in the one who stayed there Friday night. Put your trust in the one who was there all day Saturday. Put your trust in the one who was down there Saturday night. But you need to put your trust in the one who got up. Y'all, come on, help me. Who got up? Help me say it. Who got up early, Sunday morning, all power in his hand. I don't care what you're faced with. I stop by to tell you that the battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. Give it to him, and he will work it out. Sister Williams say, turn it over to the Lord, and he will. Y'all, come on here. Say he will. He will. How many know that he will? Do you know he will? Do you know he will? Do you know he will? Say yes. Say yes. Is he all right? Is he all right? Say yes. If you know he's all right, the battle, the battle, the battle is not yours. It belongs to the Lord. And I guarantee you, if you turn it over to the Lord, he will fight your battles for you. Is that all right? Is that all right? How many know that he will fight your battles for you? Anybody tried it? Anybody in here ever tried? Anybody in here ever tried? And you know we sing this song about I'm on the battlefield. But see, now you can't go to the battlefield and starve. You can't go and starve. When you go to the battlefield, you got to do what? You got to stay there. This old mean world is the battlefield. All you got to do is what? Just stand there and watch him fight the battles for you. And we extend the privilege of the church. Let's all stand. Oh yes, I am. You don't want? You don't have a church home, but you don't want today? Yeah, I am. Oh, no, I am. Oh, I am. You don't want today? The battle is not yours. It's the Lord. You might be faced with some situations in your life.